Well, I started a few seconds ago trying to make sure we were going live, and now it's all correct. So, welcome to Black Mental Health is Black Health. I am your host, Bronwyn Lucas, and it is December 1st. We are in the last month of 2022. We're about to tell 2022 goodbye. Can you believe it? I know it's kind of difficult for me. I think this year went fast. Good, bad, or indifferent, this year is almost over. Um, for some people, that's a really good thing. They want it to be over. It needs to end now. For others, it was a great year and they're sorry to see it go. Whatever boat you're in, this year is about over. So, like it or not, let's get ready for 2023. But tonight, I want us to look at just this whole holiday season and what it means and how it might impact us. For some, it's a good time. For some people, we love it, others, not so much. And we'll spend some time talking about that. But you know, if you've been here before, what we have to do is to do some breathing and breathe ourselves in. Um, So let's do that. If you've never been here before, here's what we do. To a very slow count of four, you're going to breathe in. To a very slow count of four, you're going to breathe out. Next year, we're going to change up the way we do it a little, but we'll end this year the same way. So I'll count in, I'll count to four very slowly, and you breathe in. And then I'll say out, and you'll breathe out to that same slow count of four. If you've never done it before, put your hands on your stomach as you're breathing, and I want you to breathe in so deeply that your stomach is expanding. You're taking that air all the way in and just really expanding your lungs. So let's try it. Breathe in, two, three, four, out, two, three, four. In, two, three, four. Out, two, three, four. Let's take a bonus breath. In, two, three, four. Out, two, three, four. Just a moment to allow you to breathe. The benefit of just breathing, it takes more oxygen into your brain, it takes more oxygen throughout your body, and your brain can function better, your body can function better, it can calm you down, it can decompress the day if you've had any issues. So, taking time to just breathe normally can definitely be a good thing. So, tonight I wanted to talk a little about the holidays as we get ready to live through the holidays. As I said, it's December 1st. Thanksgiving marks the beginning of this holiday season. For some people, it is awesome. And for some people, not so much. We hear the song, "It's the most wonderful time of the year." For some people, it ain't wonderful. Why not? Because you feel like you can't be happy. Some people are grieving during this time of year. There are those who've recently lost loved ones, are those who lost loved ones and this time of year was special to you and that special person. And when you think about the holidays without them, it leaves a void. Mm. There are those who, for whatever reason, aren't around their loved ones. Maybe you moved. Maybe the move was a good move. You moved for a job, but now you're away from family, friends, and loved ones, and it's just not a good thing. So many things can make the holidays um, not good. And we're going to talk about just some things physiologically going on that, wow, it just can really wreak havoc. Such as there's something called seasonal affective disorder. And we're going to talk about that. And it's more than just the holidays, but how that can impact your mood. But let's look at the reasons you might not be happy. As I said, It's also a time where everything around you says, "Oh, be so happy, be so happy." It's holidays, and you're waiting on that Christmas miracle if you watch holiday movies, and all of these things that could happen in your life that aren't happening for you because so many of them aren't even real. But you're waiting for all of these things to happen, and they're not. So, what do we do with that? Or our friends, maybe you're the one in a good place, but the person you normally celebrate, they're not in a good place. Or you're forced to go to holiday gatherings and take things and buy gifts, and it becomes a financial burden. All of this. Or maybe it's just managing your mood, and your mood is not good. Maybe it's just a transition in your life, and you feel like you should feel good, and you're upset with yourself for not even feeling good. The list can go on of reasons that this is not the most wonderful time of year. But what do you do with that? Hmm. There, as I said, is an underlying disorder called seasonal affective disorder. And guess what? If you use it as an acronym, it's SAD, sad. And people with seasonal affective disorder, part of it is you do feel sad. It's much more than just feeling sad, but yes, it's part of it. Seasonal affective disorder is a type of depression that comes and goes with the seasons, typically starting around late fall, that November time, and early winter, and going away around spring or summer. Depressive episodes linked to the summer can occur, but they're much less common. We think of seasonal affective disorder in the winter time. Now let's think about why in the world would it happen in the winter? Well, your biological clock, your circadian rhythm is changing. Is reduced sunlight. You know, in the summer and spring, when it's not as prevalent to have seasonal affective disorder, it's great outside. You can go outside and the light stays light for a long time. It doesn't get dark till after 8 o'clock. So you have more sunlight. You can go outside and just sit and be in the sun and take in that natural vitamin D. Here in the Dallas area, day before yesterday, or was it yesterday? This week's a blur for me, but it was day before yesterday. It was 80 degrees. I sat in my backyard um, most of the day. I did two of my sessions in the backyard because it was beautiful and I knew it wouldn't be that way, for a while. So I sat in the sun, got my natural vitamin D, did my steps in the backyard. It was wonderful. It felt great because I was in the sun. Well, in the spring and the summer, you can do that. Now, summer in Texas, you go back in just because it's so hot. But maybe later in the evening, you can get outside. But just seeing the sunlight for longer feels like you have more energy. Now, reduced sunlight, which we have in the winter and fall, can cause a drop in your serotonin level, and that can trigger depression. So it becomes your brain chemicals working against you. And so now you have, it's winter. With the holidays, you have the added bonus of all those things I mentioned earlier, the expectations everyone has for you. And now your serotonin levels are dropping. And that's a brain chemical that can trigger depression. So, man, these are just some of the things that are going on. Then your melatonin levels can change in this season, and it can disrupt the body's balance of your overall sleep patterns, and your mood can change. So there are physiological things that happen this time of year to your body, and when these things happen, they can trigger seasonal affective disorder, or a type of depression that is happens around this time of year. Oh man, not a good thing. So who might this happen to? Well, it's frequently in younger adults than in older adults. More often in men than in women. Maybe it appears in younger people because by the time you get older, you just learn to adjust. You've had more years of adjusting to the time change and light and dark, and you see things differently and maybe are less bothered by it. But it can impact anyone at any age. So, what are some risk factors? Family history. People with seasonal affective disorder are more likely to have blood relatives who have it or another form of depression. Um, as to say, is common way to say it, maybe depression runs in that family, people will say. But there is a link, genetic link to depression. So someone in your family may have had another form of depression and you suffered from this one. But a person who already is dealing with major depressive disorder or bipolar disorder, it may worsen. Their already depressed mood may worsen during this time. Living, the further you are from the equator, the more you may be impacted by seasonal affective disorder. Think about it. I have lived in cold climates and I've lived in Texas. Texas, we don't really get cold. I've lived in Kansas and I've lived in Kentucky. It gets cold. One thing I remember about Kansas, one year it started snowing in October and we did not see the green grass until April. That was a long time to be cold. In Kentucky, my memories of winter are that it's just gray. It didn't snow a lot, but it was cold and it stayed gray. So when you think about if you were someone who was more prone to having seasonal affective disorder, that's part of it. It's just you don't even see the sun. Here in Texas, it gets a little cool sometimes, but we don't have long months and months of cold. We don't have months and months of gray. We do have our gray days, but there are a couple of days will be gray and ugly. Then we have a beautiful sunny day. Imagine if every day for 3 or 4 months it was gray. That has an impact on your mood. You're not able to go outside because it's too cold to go outside and experience and get that vitamin D and walk in the sun because it's not there. So the weather really does have an impact on how you are on your mood. So the further away you are from the equator, and the more decreased sunlight you have during winter can impact your mood. So just those things can totally impact your mood. So what does it look like? What are some of the symptoms? Feeling depressed most of the day, nearly every day. Losing interest in activities you once enjoyed. Having low energy. Having problems sleeping. Experiencing changes in your appetite or weight. It might be an increased appetite because some people eat out of comfort, or just not even having the energy or desire to eat anything. Gaining weight or losing weight based on what you're eating. Feeling sluggish or just agitated. People get everything getting on your nerves. Having difficulty concentrating. Feeling hopeless, worthless, or guilty. I've just done so much wrong. Or having frequent thoughts of death or suicide. These are some common symptoms of seasonal affective disorder. As I said, this goes way beyond just holiday blues. But I wanted to talk about it because as we're getting into the winter months, even in places like Texas where it doesn't stay cold a long time, it doesn't get as cold as other places, it still can be something that impacts anyone. And knowing that this impacts you when you hear these symptoms, or maybe it's someone else you know, and you see them and it's like, that's not me, but that sounds like, my friend who I was talking to. If that is you, if that is someone, then maybe they need to get some additional help to manage it. It's not, I don't know what's wrong. I always like to say if they have a name for it, you're not the only one experiencing it. If you have for years, but yeah, I just always feel down during winter, then now maybe it's time to do something about it because now you know it's not just you. There is a name for it. There are millions of people across the world who experience this. But the other part to this side of the year is just the regular holiday blues, we call it. It could be seasonal affective disorder or it could be the stress of the holidays. There is so much stress, so much expectation of things you're supposed to do. This is what you're supposed to do. to make it through the holidays. You should enjoy the holidays. Everything everything should just be right because it's the holidays and it's just beautiful and it's family and it's love. And like I said, everybody doesn't feel that way. So if you're not, I've got 10 tips to help you think about it. It could be something as major as the seasonal affective disorder, which I went over a little bit just in brief to let you know that's real. Holiday and seasonal depression is real and there's help for it. So that's the other reason to tell you about it. So you know there is help. Or maybe it's just the stress of the holidays that are getting to you and it's like, oh, it's too much. So I've got some tips for you. 10 tips. And I think I've shared them before, but I want to go through them one by one and let's talk about what are some things to do if the holidays are starting to stress you out. So, number one, get real. Don't be fooled by the pretend holiday happiness. If you watch holiday movies or the expectation that everybody should be happy, realize it's not always a happy season. It's stressful. That's real. So get real. Get real with yourself and stop having the expectation of what you see or what people say should happen. Number two, get moving. We talked about brain chemistry early and your serotonin levels. Get moving, exercise. It's going to produce those endorphins, which are the happy chemicals in your brain. So get moving. Let me break that down. I was participating in a talk on depression and diabetes a couple of weeks ago. And I was on a panel, and one of the persons on the panel broke down get moving. When we think about getting up moving, we think we got to work out for 30 minutes at least to get some benefit from it. Well, he was talking about the benefits of moving and activity to manage your A1C for those with diabetes. And he broke it down and said that a person, and he's going to be on the show probably in January, uh, talking about how if you move 150 minutes a week, you could lower your A1C. So I took that and thought about it. I don't have diabetes, but I want to move more. And some weeks I'm good, some weeks I'm not. So I thought, 150 minutes. He broke it down. If you did 5 minutes, 10 times a day, you did this and this, 5 minutes, 10 times a week. So every day you do 15 minutes. Break it up into 5-minute increments. You are more active. So I actually tried it. So let me tell you my personal experience with Get Moving. Um, so now I can sit for hours at a time just, by virtue of what I do. I'm, doing therapy. I'm talking to people, and I'm doing still online. So I'm sitting. And if I have back-to-back clients, you can sit for hours. So now my goal is, my first week back at it is 3 times a week day to get moved for 5 minutes, and that gives you 15 minutes worth of movement. And do that every day. You can get that 150 minutes in and more. So I want to get up to every time I have a client, I get up and move for 5 minutes. That's my goal. So if I have 5 clients, that means 25 minutes a day. A lot of times if I have back-to-back clients, I stop, do notes, and thought, oh, I needed to move. So today I've done 3. I got my minimum goal is 3 times. I reached that goal. The first week I did this, I noticed a weight loss. I also noticed I felt better. I'm not as stiff. When you sit too long, you get stiff. Sit there for 3 hours and get up and you say, oh. But if I get up every hour and move, it has so much. And you think about that even plays in your mood. If you feel physically better, more physically fit, your mood is going to be elevated. So getting moving can help so much. Number 3, get interactive. Too much time alone can increase your depression. Be creative in ways to interact with others in a safe manner. During COVID shutdown, we found out that it was difficult to, be alone. So be interactive. Interact with people. Just being able to talk one-on-one. Just that interaction makes you feel better, makes them feel better. So get interactive. Number 4, Get your eating in order. Now it's the holidays. It's hard for your eating to be in order. But man, it's definitely to your benefit that your eating should be in order. Some things to avoid: caffeine. When you're oversleep, or you're just a little tired, I gotta have that cup of coffee. I need that caffeine. Well, too much caffeine is not good for you. There are lots of studies that talk about the benefits of black coffee. But when you add the sugar and all the other stuff to it, the creamer and all that other stuff, it's not as beneficial. Now, I'm one. Black coffee is not my thing. I actually like coffee with my cream. I do better by at least buying the cream that is the Simply Cream, the pure cream that is just cream and flavoring. It doesn't have any of the high fructose corn syrup or any of those things. As I say, the things you can't pronounce, so it doesn't have any of that in it. So it's a little healthier in that sense, but it's still not as beneficial. So avoiding too much caffeine. Avoiding the other thing about too much sugar, you might enjoy sugar, and it might be that comfort food, but it can spike your blood sugar levels and then plummet it, leaving you sleepier and lethargic. So you get that sugar high, and then you're tired because the sugar high is that spike, and then it wears off, and you want a nap. Oh, so let me go get some more sugar. Hmm. Another thing to avoid is alcohol. Alcohol is actually a depressant. So if you're feeling a little blue and you want to go have a drink, you're only going to risk the possibility of increasing your depressed mood. And if it's winter and you're dealing with depression and holiday depression, the last thing you need to do is increase your alcohol intake. Not going to benefit you. Some other things to avoid in terms of food: just eating healthier, avoiding processed foods. And then your body. What works for you might not work for somebody else. So avoid foods that are bad for you, whatever that may be. And as I said, it's different for different people. Um, you might know that we have foods sometimes that we're allergic to, or we have a bad response to, but they're so good, I gotta eat it. Mm. So get your eating in order. Eat what's right for you. There are, like I said, some basic things, yes, you need to avoid, or look at your own health. If there are health concerns you have, what goes in your mouth impacts your physical health and impacts your mental health. So get that eating in order. Number 5, get some rest. When you're tired in your body, it's easy to become tired emotionally and physically. They are so related. Get rest. During the holiday season, there can be a lot going on. This year, we are closer to what we were pre-COVID, whether we need to be or not. We're closer to where we were pre-COVID in terms of getting out, doing more. Everything is open. You can get out, and this is even more than last year. You can just get out and enjoy and do all these wonderful things, and it's really fun, and I haven't been able to do it, and I just got to go here and here and here and here and here. Oh, I'll get some rest later. I'm going to go do this and this and this. And then you end up tired, and then you not feeling well. Can also decrease your can wreak havoc with your immune system, and you're just tired in body, tired in mind, tired in spirit, emotionally tired, and you don't feel well. Get rest. Get adequate rest. What is adequate rest for you? Then that's what you need to get. Um, get involved. Number 6, get involved giving to others. We've talked about the benefit of gratitude, the benefit of giving, the benefit of sharing. Helping others helps you. Be a blessing to someone. Even in even if your funds are low, because helping someone doesn't have to be financial. It might be just being there for someone. It might be just giving someone a call and talking. Maybe they're lonely and they're lonely and you just call. Maybe they just need to vent. But be able to just Get involved. Or maybe you want to clean out a closet. Decluttering is very good. I don't even think it's on my list, but decluttering is a good thing to do as we end the year and want to start the new year. Declutter, and those things that are good and still in good condition, give them away. There are those who can benefit. Take them to a shelter, take them to um, the Salvation Army, take them to Goodwill. But declutter, but do it with a purpose. So, yeah, there are things we can do to give to others, and you feel good. You know, you will find when you're giving to others, you will feel good. So, give to others, it will make you feel good. Um, Number 7. Ooh, this is a tricky one during the holidays, and that is get your finances in order. In the holiday season, that is the best time for our finances to be out of order. As I said, you know, we want to go different places, and it's easy to overspend. You're going to a holiday party, and you maybe have 2 or 3 holiday gatherings, and you're going to take a dish, or you're going to take a little gift. Maybe you're going to have a white elephant. Maybe you're going to do this. You're going to do that. But it's a little here and a little there, and the little by little adds up, and you can find yourself spending more than you plan to. We just got off of Black Friday, Cyber Monday, and all of that. A time to spend. A lot of people spent more than they needed to during that time. It could be you, it could be uh, others, but maybe you spent too much. Rather than continuing, stop. Maybe you need to stay offline. It is so easy to spend online. Um, I personally know. I shop online because it's easy. No lines when you're online. You can find what you want and it's delivered to your door. You don't have to get out. But that's not going to help you get your finances in order. And that can, when you overspend and you find yourself out of money, that can be another source of being depressed because I don't have the money I need. I can't believe I bought that. Oh my gosh, why did I do it? Then you beat up and berate yourself over what you did. So be a deliberate spender. Be cautious and careful about what you spend so that your finances remain in order because the holiday season will be over in a few weeks and you still have all of 2023. Do you really want to start the year off with your finances out of order? No. If they're already out of order, that's another area. Seek professional help. There are free avenues for ways to get help to manage your finances. Number 8, get a handle on grief. Holidays can be a time when we really miss our loved ones who are no longer with us. And one thing I say do is we can focus on the things that you love about them. There's this, I may not quote it exactly, but it's a comment that says, we only miss those we love. If you didn't love that person, you wouldn't miss them. So the thing to remember is I'm going to hold on to the love I had for that person and the love they had for me. So during the holiday season, when you find yourself grieving, which is very real, hold on to the fact that you did have that person in your life and were able to have that person in your life to love you and you love them. On those times when you want to cry, feel sad, go on and do it if you need to. I'm not going to sit here and say, okay, just never cry about it. Sometimes those tears can be tears of relief. They can be even tears of just a joy in the love you had for that person. Now, don't stay in the place of tears. Don't remain there. Get some of those tears out because they're real. That emotion needs to come out. Then think of something about that person that makes you smile. If you loved them and are missing them because you love them, there is something about them that makes you smile. There are good times you had with them. Hold on to those good times. Think about what is it about them that you love? Why did you love them? Why did you miss them? The other side of that, I want to admit, deal with the anger. Sometimes we are angry when a person leaves. We're angry with them for leaving us. We're angry with God for taking them. We're angry with ourselves for what we didn't do. Stop and think if any of that anger is serving a purpose. If it's not, then you might need to let it go. Is being angry with the person who died going to bring them back? Mm-mm. Is being angry with God for taking them going to bring them back? Mm-mm. Is being angry with yourself for what you did or didn't do in their lifetime going to give you the opportunity to do it? Mm-mm. So maybe that's a feeling you have to process, work through, and no longer hold on to. But the grief is real. For those who have recently lost loved ones and it's your first holiday without them, oh yeah, it'll be hard. Acknowledge that it will be difficult so that as the Christmas or Kwanzaa or holidays that were special to you to celebrate together get closer, acknowledge it. If you need to cry, cry. Talk about it, and then find a reason to smile because that loved one has great memories for you. That's the best way to do it, you know? You're going to feel sad. You just don't have to stay there. Get creative. Everybody has some creative bone in your body. You can dance, you can sing, you can write, you can draw. I don't mean you can do it well. I'm just saying you can do it. We talked earlier about movement. Be creative. Get up and dance. Maybe you want to sing. You might not be able to carry a tune in a bucket. So be in your own house by yourself. Sing your favorite song, whoever you like. Sing it loud and proud. It doesn't have to sound good. Write. Now the writing could be journaling. It could be write a poem, write a short story, just write. Or just randomly writing. Getting all those thoughts and feelings out that are not positive. Put them on paper. Sometimes you can write all your negative thoughts, tear them up, throw them away, burn them. You want to write it, it's like emotional throw up. Yes, you're going to get all of that out and throw it away. Or draw. Draw your feelings out. It doesn't have to be perfect, it's just that you're going to do it. Number 10 is get help. If sadness is more than you can manage, seek professional help. You're not weak, you're not inadequate, you're human. More and more in the African American community, we are coming to grips with the fact that mental health is real. Mental health, as I like to say, is just part of our health. We have physical health, mental health is all health, they're one. One impacts the other, and as we've talked about these 10 tips of things to do, they impact each other. You impact one, it impacts the other. So it's part of your health. Get help. Seek help. As a licensed professional counselor, I'm here to help you. But I'm not the only person. I might not be the one for you. If there's someone else, get help. Contact me and I'll help you find them. At the end, I'll give you my number. And the last tip is have fun. During this holiday season, one way to manage all of the stress and the holiday blues and all the stuff that's going on is to have fun. Have fun without any stress. If going to a holiday party is going to stress you out, maybe you don't need to go. Maybe you need to go hang out with a friend and sit on their couch. So just have fun. Have fun. We don't need to dismiss the importance of being able to allow yourself to have fun. Sometimes we get so caught up in life that we don't allow ourselves the ability to just have fun. Fun can be simple, doesn't have to be anything major. Have some simple fun. Just get out and do what it takes to have some fun. Maybe fun in your home. Maybe fun for you is I'm going to sit at home with my fuzzy robe and my socks on and watch a silly movie. Or maybe you want to watch a sad movie to get out some of the sadness and cry. But don't stay in that place of tears, but maybe that's what you need. But get out and have some fun. There's a lot of value in it. Just being able to have fun. So tonight was all about getting ready for this month of December, which can be stressful, which can be fun. It's which one you want to let rule. Understanding also that there can be something real called seasonal affective disorder. It it's real, and um, people do experience it and don't always know what it is. But if that's you and you're experiencing it, talk to your doctor, talk to your mental health professional, say, hey, I think this is going on. There are ways to help you manage it. Remember, if it has a name, you're not the only person who is experiencing, not the only person who has in the past, or there'll be others in the future. It's not going away. So be able to get that help you need if that is what is going on. Our call to action tonight. Some of you may remember relax, relate, release. Well, our steps tonight are relax, relate, release. Relax. Don't take yourself too seriously. Sometimes we do. Just relax, enjoy the moment, be able to be in the moment, breathe as we always do at the beginning of the show. Breathe, relax, take time for you. Turn off the world. I have a friend whose voicemail used to say, if you want to hear God's voice, turn off the world's volume. So maybe it's time for you to turn off the world's volume and relax. Relate. Relate to the positive people and situations in your life. There are negative ones there. All of us have it. But can you relate to the positive? Because sometimes we get so caught up in everything that's going wrong, we don't see the positive. Find the positive and hold on to it. There is something positive. Find it. If not, create it. Release. Release stress, anger, and negativity. There will always be room or something in your life that causes stress. There will be something that can cause you to become angry, and there will be negativity that will come and knock on your door. Release it. You don't have to hold on to it. So, yes, relax, relate, release. Let's break it down what that means for you this holiday season. Now, let me say we have two more shows this year of Black Mental Health is Black Health. On December 15th, that will be the last one for the year. For the last 2 weeks of the year, we'll be on hiatus, getting ready for lots of wonderful guests that are going to come our way in 2023. I want to dedicate the month of January to physical health and just getting our mental and physical health in order. Have some doctors I'm planning to come on, some experts in various areas, but we're going to talk about our health. Let's start the new year off working on being a healthier person. Look, what are some numbers we need to know? What do we need to do if you're diabetic? What if you're not diabetic but it's a strong contingent of diabetics in your family? What are some things you need to do? So we have lots we'll be looking at with just some health concerns. That's what we'll be looking for in January. One other, my last call to action, I forgot to say it, is be educated on the issues in your community. You know, I always say vote, vote, vote. Voting is more than being ready during voting season. Be aware of what's going on in your community so that when it is time to vote, you will know what's important to you in your community and you won't be surprised. Well, I'm Bronwyn Lucas with Able Counseling and Consulting, here to help you become a better you. Reach out if you find yourself feeling more than the holiday blues, feeling sad, feeling like it is seasonal affective disorder or some other mental health concern. If I'm not the therapist to help you, I will help you find the right one. I'm just one person. I can't be everything to everybody, and I'm not trying. So, yeah, find Get the help you need. I'm here to help you become a better you. If you need help, reach out 682 272 3949. Have a wonderful week, and we have two more sessions of Black Mental Health is Mental Health in the year 2022. So I'll see you next week. Bye.